outset, I would like to thanks and congratulate Chairman Sir, Dr. Akshay Kanti Bamji, Dean Ma'am, Vice Dean Sir, and Principal Madam, Dr. Achamma Varghese Ma'am, for celebrating and organizing this breastfeeding week in such a large scale. I must not forget the faculties and the students involved in celebrating this week. I am pretty sure that in last couple of days, you must have learned the importance of the breastfeeding and why it is important. So I will be I will be focusing on the important aspects of the breastfeeding, why it is important.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So I will be focusing on why the breastfeeding is so much important. Do we actually know why we celebrate first week of August as World Breastfeeding Week? Why? We all know the advantages of breast milk or mother's milk to the newborn baby. But why do we celebrate? About a few years ago, say a couple of decades ago, the infant mortality, under 5 mortality and neonatal mortality rate was very high. I suppose that I must speak in English or Hindi or both, a mix of both I suppose. Both. So एक simple intervention जो पाएगा कि infant neonatal mortality rate, infant mortality rate और under 5 mortality rate reduce कर सकती है, वो है breastfeeding. हम सभी advantages जानते हैं कि breast milk is the complete nutrition for the newborn baby till 6 months of the age. It contains all the vitamins, minerals, carbohydrate, fats, water to sustain growth and development of the baby till 6 months of the age. Moreover, इसको पाया गया है कि it reduces the neonatal mortality rate by 20%. It is a significant number. 20% it reduces neonatal mortality rate. And it also reduces the under 5 mortality rate by approximately 12%. Again, it is a very big figure. Again, various studies have found that the babies who are on mother's milk, they have better intellect, they have better IQ in adolescent age group. They are basically protected from certain diseases like diabetes, asthma, hypertension, obesity, and many allergic disorders in later life. Those who, as compared to those who are not breastfed. Again, it has been found that the admission rate because of the diarrheal illnesses and the acute respiratory infection that occurs in babies who are on top milk or the cow's milk or other formula milk is reduced by just initiating timely breastfeeding in the neonate. So these are the advantages, and the different agencies, WHO, UNICEF, UNESCO, Government of India, Indian Academy of Pediatrics, and all those stakeholders who are involved, they thought, why not encourage people in promoting this breastfeeding? So they start celebrating first week of August as World Breastfeeding Week, just to create awareness not only among the mothers but also the healthcare professionals, because it is the onus on us as well कि हम healthcare professional हैं, we are the nursing students, we are the doctors, we are the teachers. So a big responsibility is on us to educate the mother regarding the benefits of the breastfeeding to the baby as well as to the newborn, to the mother. So that is why we celebrate breastfeeding week. Now coming to the feeding practices among the newborns, एक बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन होता है हमारे मन में कि एक बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन होता है कि आपने सुना होगा आज की डेट में भी कि अगर जस्ट बेबी बॉर्न हुआ है तो कई लोग रिलेक्टेंट होते हैं, कहते हैं कि मिल्क नहीं आ रहा है, मिल्क नहीं आ रहा है, क्यों नहीं आ रहा है? बेसिकली गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, recommends 1 hour of birth. Within 1 hour of birth, breastfeeding has to be initiated. And मैडम भी अच्छे से जानती है, अचम्मा वर्गीस मैम, कि हम लोग एनकरेज करते हैं कि बेबी हैज टू बी डिलीवर्ड ऑन द मदर्स एब्डोमेन, जिससे कि बॉन्डिंग बढ़े बच्चे की और माँ की, और ब्रेस्टफीडिंग को हम इनिशिएट कर सकें टाइमली. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इनिशिएट ब्रेस्टफीडिंग विदिन 1 hour of birth. The beauty of the nature is anyone who is capable of giving birth is also able to lactate or feed her infant. आप में से किसी ने देखा कि शेरनी ने अपने बच्चे को गाय का दूध पिलाया हो या सांची का दूध पिलाती हो या 500 रुपीज़ का नोट लेके किसी फार्मास्यूटिकल स्टोर पर गई हो और कहा हो कि मुझे फॉर्मूला और बॉटल फीड करा रही है अपने बच्चे को? नेवर। यू हैव नेवर सीन ए tigress or the lioness feeding her baby with formula feed or any other milk except for her own milk. Similarly, you can see the cow and she feed her calf with her own milk. एक goat वो भी अपने लैम्ब को बच्चे को अपने ही दूध पिलाती है. They never feed with some artificial formulas or something else. So why? जब animals में इतना awareness है, so why we humans are so reluctant in feeding a baby with mother's milk for the initial few hours? Trust me, lactation होगा, milk आएगा, but we need encouragement, we need motivation, we need family support, etc. to just involve mother into breastfeeding. These are the myths that bring किसी सेशन के बाद मदर मूव नहीं कर पा रही है या मिल्क इनएडिक्वेट अमाउंट में आ रहा है. Even a single drop of mother that baby gets is important because it is the first vaccine, the first love, the first affection, the first bond that the baby receives from the mother. तो ये हमें कभी भी इग्नोर नहीं करना. Even the single drop of mother milk is very important. Initial few days में milk कम आता है, but it is rich in calories, protein, fats, vitamins to take care of the newborn's baby's demand. तो हमें encourage करना है कि do not discard, just need to motivate. मदर बच्चे की क्राई को सुनने के साथ ही कुछ ऐसे हार्मोन्स रिलीज होते हैं, प्रोलैक्टिन, ऑक्सीटोसिन, दैट इनिशिएट्स द लैक्टेशन इन द मदर और मदर को मिल्क आना शुरू होता है. बेसिकली दिस इज द पॉइंट दैट इज मिस्ड एट मैनी प्लेसेस, not only in Indore, not only in India, at every places in the world. Encouragement, motivation. For this, the government of India again came up with certain policies. Baby-friendly hospital initiative, which was launched in the year 1991 by the government of India, WHO and UNICEF to make certain policies for the successful initiation and the completion of the breastfeeding. वो पॉलिसीज फॉर्मुलेट की गई, 10 कमांडमेंट्स उन्होंने बनाए और उनको अप्लाई किए गए सभी हॉस्पिटल्स में, जिससे कि ब्रेस्टफीडिंग को हम टाइमली इनिशिएट कर सकें. तो ये इसकी इंपॉर्टेंस है ब्रेस्टफीडिंग की. नाउ हाउ फ्रीक्वेंटली वी हैव टू फीड बेबीज. आइडियली बेबी हैज टू बी फेड ऑन डिमांड, ऐसा हम सब जानते हैं, फेड ऑन डिमांड. बट फॉर द इनिशियल फ्यू डेज माँ यूजुअली कंसर्न करती है कि बच्चा सोता रहता है, फीडिंग नहीं लेता है. And basically, I am telling you all these things because you are all healthcare professional. And basically, जो भी आप knowledge अभी आप gain करोगे, वो कहीं ना कहीं आप कहीं अपने surroundings में जाके disseminate कर सकते हैं. So it is all very important. कि अगर कोई माँ बोले कि नहीं बच्चा सोता रहता है, feeding नहीं कर रहा है, तो हम क्या करें? Basically, ideally, feeding has to be done on demand. But in case baby is not taking feed, then ensure that baby feeds every 2.5 hours to 3 hours. दिन में 8 से 10 फीड्स जाना ज़रूरी है, तभी बच्चे का ग्रोथ और डेवलपमेंट प्रॉपर हो पाएगा. कई बार बच्चा 5 घंटे सोता रहता है, माँ भी रात को सो रही है, बच्चा भी सो रहा है. लाइक दिस इज नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल. जस्ट आस्क द मदर टू वेक हर बेबी एवरी 2.5 hours to 3 hours के अंदर. फीड करने के बाद कई बार एप्रीहेंशन होते हैं माँ में, कुछ एक होते हैं कि बच्चे को एकदम से मोशंस चालू हो जाते हैं. कहीं आपने सुना होगा कि फीड कराते हैं, बच्चे को इमीडिएटली मोशन कर दिया. Baby passes stools after feeding. This is normal phenomena. It is because of the gastrocolic reflex. So passage of the stool immediately after feeding is a pretty normal phenomena. But many parents they stop feeding because they see baby passes stool after every feeding. So this has to stop. Encourage. It is a normal. Number 2, hiccups आते हैं, हिचकियाँ आती हैं बच्चों को. Again, this is normal. You have to say hiccups after feeding is normal. Do not stop breastfeeding. It is a normal phenomena. It will settle down by its own in a couple of minutes. You have to burp as well. बच्चा दूध पीने का burping भी कर रही है. Basically, this is the session about the breastfeeding. So you have to know each and every aspect of the breastfeeding. Not only हमें मालूम हमने celebrate कर लिया, but what actually happens when you come into the community and what are the problems they face, parents face. You have to counsel all those things as well. So सभी चीज़ बहुत important है. तो बच्चे को दूध पिलाने के बाद कंधे को लेकर बर्प कराना बहुत ज़रूरी है. It is important just to keep baby upright on the shoulder for approximately 10 to 15 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes. If the baby takes burp, it is okay. If the baby doesn't take burp, it is also very fine. It is not important for the baby to take burp after every burping episode. Okay, so these are the few things that you have to tell the mothers or tell the parents. Okay, now this is the first point. Second point, mother needs a lot of support from the family. Basically, feeding a baby or nurturing a newborn baby is not a very easy task. It is a Herculean task because baby feeds, demand feeds every 2.5 hours yearly or sometimes more early. She has to feed every 2.5 hours. Number two, basically baby also passes urine and motion. So mother का बच्चे के साथ टाइम स्पेंड बहुत ज़्यादा होता है and she is also asked to be involved in the home tasks जो कि हमें avoid करना है. We have to encourage that all those who are in the family they have to support their mother, support the mother in taking care of the newborn. उसको एक mental peace चाहिए है. She has to be allowed to relax completely. She has to be given a good nutritious diet. She has to be given a good emotional support from the family members. Other family members have to be involved in taking care of the newborn baby. Okay, so this is the second thing. Third, कई लोग बोलते हैं कि हम फॉर्मूला फीड दे सकते हैं, बॉटल फीड दे सकते हैं. It is a big no, because bottle feeding it causes nipple. Basically, bottle feeding has to be discouraged strongly because it causes some nipple confusion. So babies who are on bottle feeding, they do not take mother's feeding later on. Moreover, there are more chances of diarrheal illnesses, respiratory infections, obesity, diabetes, asthma in these children. So you have to strongly discourage bottle feeding. True lactation failure is rarely seen. कहते हैं ना कि माँ को दूध नहीं आ रहा है, बिल्कुल नहीं आ रहा है, नहीं होता, बिल्कुल नहीं होता. True lactation failure is very rare, but it requires a lot of support system and encouragement. एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है ब्रेस्टफीडिंग को सक्सेसफुल बनाने के लिए कि it is not only after the birth of the baby that the mother has to be encouraged. The process starts itself as soon as the mother gets conceived. There are lactational consultants, there are obstetrician consultants who encourage mother, or they start telling the benefits of the mother's milk to the baby as well as to the mother herself. So this process starts not only after birth but before the process of before the birth process. That is since the time the mother has conceived. Okay, so ये point हमें बहुत अच्छे से याद रखना चाहिए कि encouragement बिल्कुल करना है, encourage करना important है. फिर कई बार मदर के अंदर apprehensions होते हैं. Sometimes they apprehend and what are the positions in which she can breastfeed the baby. Basically, any position can be assumed in which the mother and child is comfortable. Like she can feed in supine position, she can feed in